All right, everybody. Another history of half-ass customs. This one is movie cars and vehicles. So, what's going on, everybody? Sam Dennehy, aka Half-Ass Customs, and this is Half-Ass presents the history of Half-Ass Customs. Today I'm gonna talk to you about some of my movie cars, movie vehicles, and all in 187 scale, and tell you about my journey on each of them, what I was thinking about when I was building them, why I wanted to do them, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, I'll start off with the first one. First one was the Grease car. This is the Grease Lightning from the movie Grease with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. This is the river bottom race cars version. There was a red version that was fully modified to not even resemble a 1948 Ford. So I didn't like that one. I like this one. So this was the very first movie car I ever built. The second movie car, I believe, is the Up in Smoke Love Machine 64 Impala. This isn't the very first one I built. I built 3 of these. The first one I sold, and the second one I sold, and I'm now I have this one. So if you remember the movie Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, in the very beginning of the movie, and only in the beginning of the movie, he drives this 1964 Impala. It's called the Love Machine, and I built it. I built the original one a lot better, but I built this to as best as I could. It's got real fur interior like they did in the movie, and all the right places to color match the interior. So it's blue, purple, and green fur inside there. But this is a resin casting by RPM 87 or 87 RPM, all the way from overseas. And then after this car, I honestly couldn't tell you what I built next. It's a blur of all kinds of different cars, and I've sold some that I don't have anymore, and I have some that I do have. I think the second car might have been the 55 Chevy from American Graffiti, and I had a 32 Ford Coupe that I was building at the same time, but I ended up selling that to somebody else. So I think this is the second car. This is the third version of this car I built too. I've sold the 2 other ones. This is an all resin casting by Louis. And then I just used wheels from the parts box. But this is from American Graffiti. I think his name was Mueller. Drove this. No, he didn't drive this. Mueller drove the yellow car. Anyways, you can tell I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is from American Graffiti. It's 55 Chevy Bel Air. And then obviously some cars I didn't even build. Like the truck here. This truck, if you don't know what it is, it came from the movie Dazed and Confused. Just one of the greatest high school coming of age movies ever made. Check it out if you haven't seen it, but I absolutely love that movie. But this is the truck they used in the movie, pretty much in the beginning of the movie. It kind of doesn't really get seen throughout the rest of the movie, but in the beginning of the movie, it's a very famous truck. This Pontiac GTO, some people don't really know the backstory of where this particular car comes from, but this car is kind of featured in 2 different movies, Dazed and Confused, and a movie that was made way before then called Two Lane Blacktop, which also, believe it or not, has the gray version of this car. It's the same exact car. They just painted it gray and put a different hood scoop on the front. But if you look into movie history, it was the same movie studio that made both American Graffiti and Two Lane Blacktop. And I think American Graffiti came out first, and then they painted it all gray and put a different hood scoop on it to, make you think it was a different car. And it's the same car from both movies. But yeah, this movie came from Two Lane Blacktop and Dazed and Confused. If you watch Dazed and Confused, at the very, very end, I believe they're driving this car. I'm not really, I don't remember. But then you got the famous Burt Reynolds Trans Am. These all three of these were made by the same company. That Malibu Road Show. I don't know. It's not a company that's offered anymore in stores. They're out of business. But yeah, these three cars came from the same company. Then I got James Dean's Porsche that he died in. And then we got the Green Hornet. This was actually a keychain that was offered by Hardee's and Carl's Jr. back a good while ago. You can still find them online. If you just type in, like, say, eBay or Amazon, Green Hornet car keychains, these will pull up. You can see I still have the hook. I just took off the chain because I didn't want the chain. And then you got the Back to the Future DeLorean. This is didn't come as the DeLorean. This came just a regular green MPE DeLorean. And then I'm still in the works of this. This isn't done. But the back is 3D printed by, shoot, I don't even know who designed this. But I have it saved on my phone. They make the Back to the Future parts you can find, the DeLorean parts. And so it comes with like the train wheels and the rear end for the Back to the Future look. And then Mad About Cars on Shapeway. This is the famous Blues Brothers 74 Monaco or Dodge Monaco police car. And then this is the only version he offers. Well, I guess he offers this, the regular version without this huge horn, but the horn is very iconic and very memorable to the movie. So I bought the one with the horn, painted it all up. Decals came from, I think it came from on the other side of the country. I think some guy in Europe makes it. And then all I did was paint it, add the decals, put the Mike Budd famous window styling on there, and then added the ropes to hold the horn down. And then back here we got Pez toppers. These are the movie cars, or the movie called Cars. Yeah. Anyways, these were Pez toppers. So it had the big old long Pez dispenser that you can just rip the cars off of. If you look these up on Amazon or eBay, you can. They're very easy to find, and they're very inexpensive. Anybody can pretty much afford these. I think I got all four of these for like $10, and then maybe $5 shipping or something. But they're very basic. You can see cutting these off of the Pez. You have to literally cut them, and then they're for the most part hollow. But who cares about the bottom, because you're just going to set them on your module or your display or train layout and have them sit like that, and they look legit. Then I built the van from Back to the Future 1. I guess 1 and 2. It's the beginning of 2 and the end of 1, I believe. It's the wrong van, but it's the same color combo. And this is the van that kills Doc Brown in the first movie and tries to get the plutonium back, because that's where Doc Brown got the plutonium, was from these guys in the van. And then we got Doc Brown's van with the DeLorean coming out the back. The DeLorean is a 3D printed DeLorean by the same guy that makes the back Back to the Future parts for that. And it's coming out the back of the van. The van is a Johnny Lightning 1/64th scale van, but in order for it to fit on the card in that clear plastic part, they call that a blister. In order for it to fit in there, it actually scales out to 1/87 scale, which is perfect. And then William Simpson, he created the decals for the van, and he creates decals for the DeLorean. So I'll put a link in the description for him. If you're looking to want to build a Doc Brown van or even a DeLorean Back to the Future, he has, detailed decals for those, which I showed in another video. And I'll show you that too here shortly. But then we got this. This is Groot's car from Despicable Me. Groot is the main character of the movie, played by Steve Carell, and this is his car, or his vehicle. A lot of people wonder what it's from. That's what it's from, Despicable Me, and it's Groot's car. This was made by Hot Wheels. You can buy this in the stores today, if they still have them in the stores, for 99 cents. It's perfect, and it scales out to be perfect size for 1/87 scale. This, another one made by Hot Wheels. It's the Batman car from, I think this is the Batman movie with Ben Affleck in it. He's done 2 already, and I don't know if this is the first one he was in or the second one. But it scales out pretty close to 1/87 scale, if not exact. Because if you were to put some little guy in there, a little figurine, he would be able to fit for the most part. It looks big compared to some of the vehicles, but that car was beyond big in the movie. It was way bigger than a normal car, so it works out pretty well. Then obviously I passed this. We got the General Lee. It's an Oxford diecast Charger. And the cool thing is I didn't even make this. Joseph Belivens made this, and he has the decals for it. So if you're looking for decals for your orange Oxford diecast to make into a General Lee, he's got that. And he's even, plenty of people will tell you the grill's wrong and then the rear taillights is wrong for the movie car, TV show car. He makes a conversion decal set to fix that. So you can have a authentic looking General Lee for not that much money. Then we got this. This, you should all know what this is. You should all know what all these are, but this is the Griswolds family truckster mixed with the Griswolds Christmas Vacation tree on top. Both these don't go together, but I put them together because I didn't want to make 2 Griswolds vehicles. I just wanted to make one. So the car is the family truckster from Vegas Vacation. Separate movie from Christmas Vacation. The tree is from Christmas Vacation. The car is from Family Vacation. So 2 movies in one, all in a little package. It works out perfect. Then the infamous Eliminator. Now, you old heads, I wouldn't even say old. You could be as old as me. I'm 40. As old as me or older will know exactly what this is from. She's got legs. ZZ Top, one of the greatest hot rods of all time, and one of the coolest songs of all time, and one of the greatest videos to combine the song and the car of all time. Whether you like the song, the music or not, it's an iconic car, it's an iconic song, and putting them both together, you can't go wrong. And if you don't think so, you're wrong. This right here, nobody really hardly knows what it is except for younger people. And the reason why I know what it is because I played the video game for about a year straight, almost every single day. This is a 1957 Chevy Rat Rod from the video game Grand Theft Auto 5. You can buy that game, and if you have, I don't know, $250,000, $500,000 in the game, you can buy this car pretty much looking the way it is. I think this is one of the coolest cars in the game, coolest looking cars, that's for sure, in the game. So I had to try to make my own version of it, and this is what I came up with. 57 Chevy. I don't even remember what it's called in the game. It's not called a 57 Chevy. It's got its own name, and I don't know what it's called. But yeah, this is a video game car that younger people would know more than us older folk. Then here we got the famous pre-Ecto car. So in the very, I wouldn't even say the very beginning of the movie, but in the beginning stages of the three guys becoming Ghostbusters, they pick up this 59 Cadillac Miller Meteor. Nobody made one when I made this one, so I had to make myself a 59 Cadillac Miller Meteor. I took two Ally Form 59 Cadillacs, which I probably could have used the plastic ones and made it a lot easier, but I used two of them, cut them short, cut them to fit, and then the roof is actually a 1/64 scale ambulance roof that I had to cut, narrow, and mold into fitting right. And yeah, so if you remember the beginning of the movie where they get the firehouse, the first thing they pretty much buy is this hearse, and it looks like this. And then the very next time you see the car, pretty much, boom, it turns out and looks like that. So this is the Ecto 1 from Ghostbusters 1. This one I've already shown you in the other video of the history of. Has the LED lights. It's what the wire's for. It all lights up. Looks beautiful and pretty and coolest thing ever. And this is from the first movie. So I've never built this car except for this one. This is from the first movie. And then right behind it is Ecto 1A from the second movie. Twice as more decals, twice as more roof rack stuff, twice as more lights. Just an overall crazy, over-the-top movie car. So, Ecto 1, Ecto 1A. This is the one I've built over and over again for customers. This is Ecto 1B. Most people, 99% of people, don't even know what this car is. It looks like a Ghostbusters car. It's got the Ghostbusters logo. This is from the video game. I think the video game was called The Real Ghostbusters or something. This is essentially supposed to take place after, I think, the first movie or the second movie. And this is what the Ecto turned into. So I'm kind of confused in the history timeline of the cartoon and the movies, because technically the way it should go, you got Ecto 1 with just that much stuff on top, with just those decals. Then you got Ecto 1B with a little bit more stuff on top, a little bit more decals, and then Ecto 1A, which has got way more decals and way more stuff on top. This is the lineup it should be, but it's not. I think they made the cartoon after the second movie, and if I'm not mistaken, the cartoon takes place after the second movie. So it goes in first movie, second movie, and then cartoon, and I don't know. It should be the other way around. They should have, I don't know, whatever. Who cares? Then we got the Knight Rider car. This is also a 3D printed car from Mad About Cars. It's just like the Ectos. I picked the hollow cars because you can fit all the crap inside to make them light up. This is a hollow base car as well. This one lights up, got the swishing lights in front. You can see the red LEDs there. I don't know that I did a video on this, but the lights swish back and forth. I sell that car as well as Ecto 1B. So if you guys want your own version of it, I can definitely make you one and sell it to you. I can actually pretty much make most of these cars. I can sell you the General Lee. I can sell you Eliminator. I can sell you Love Machine. I can sell you Grease Lightning. I can sell you Blues Brothers, Back to the Future, Back to the Future. I can sell you almost all this stuff. But then we got Hot Wheels, 187 scale, 1966 TV series Batmobile. You can get this also from Mad About Cars off Shapeways. It'll run you like $45 shipped, and then you gotta paint it. But I got this in a trade. I actually got two of these. I got this in a trade, and these things are going for like 60 to 80 bucks on eBay and Amazon right now. So if you really want one, you can find it. You're just gonna pay. And then we got the MPE DeLorean. This is from the third movie. It's got the hood mechanism to make it go back into the future. It's got the white wall tires from the end of the second movie, because the end of the second movie, they get what they need to make this thing going, and they put the 50s style white walls on it. So if you remember Back to the Future 2, he's got to go from 1955 to 1885 to go get Doc, and they go to that drive-in movie theater, and he crashes through the wall that's got the Indians painted on there, and then just so happens to show up in 1885 with Indians chasing some cowboys or something. And then this one, you can't really see it too well. This is the hover one. So this is from part 2 where they're in the future. Same body as that. It just has the wheels that flip down so it can fly. And then some of my more harder to find, newer stuff. We got Speed Racer Mach 5. That's from the cartoon. This is from the cartoon, so they made two versions, a clean version and a dirty version. You see the dirt on the bottom and the wheels are dirty. This is, I believe, from the movie. They made a Speed Racer movie, I think, in the early 2000s. I think this is from that. I can't remember. But that's a Mach 6, which is just a newer and improved version of the Mach 5. And then you got 2 extra cars to go with it. So I don't know if these were cartoon cars or movie cars, but these came with it. So this is my Speed Racer collection of 187 scale Speed Racer cars. So they actually do make these in 187 scale. You just gotta find it. Just like the Batmobile does exist. If you really want one, you just gotta find them. They are out there. Then we'll go to one of my latest builds, the Munsters coach. This was a 3D printed Munsters coach that was it was scaled down, I believe, from a 1/64 scale, and when it got scaled down, everything was scaled to 1/64th. So when you scaled it down, it became super brittle and it broke in a lot of pieces, and I had to fix it. So this came from Joseph Bolivins as well. He printed it out, and he didn't purposely break it. I think it just broke on its own because it was so thin. But he gave me all the pieces, and I went to town the next day and just started building it. So it's, for the most part, exact to the TV show car. And then in the back you got the Munsters house, so how perfect is that? But yeah, this is the Munsters coach. I just need to get the Munsters now, to stand next to the car or stand in the doorway of the house or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm working on that. And then go over here. This is like a hidden gem. It's the Bates Motel car. It's like a 57 Ford Galaxy or Ford Fairlane or something like that. And it sits in front of the motel all the time. So Bates Motel, Ford. And then if we come over here, we've got the locomotive from Back to the Future 3, along with the DeLorean that it's pushing. You see, these are the wheels I was talking about, those 3D printed wheels for this car, but I found some better wheels to go with it. So you got the Back to the Future 3 steam engine pushing the DeLorean down the tracks. And then if we scroll down here, this is a Batmobile flying car from one of the Batman movies. This is also, strangely enough, in 1/87 scale, because a 1/87 scale figure can fit in that cockpit. And then this, if you don't know, you old guys should know what this is. The Beatles' Yellow Submarine. I think it's smaller than 1/87 scale, but it's also cartooned, so it could be close. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have one of those scale rulers, but I don't really care. It's cool looking. It fits the size that I want it, and it looks neat. Then this monster behemoth thing. This isn't an exact replica, but if anybody's seen Mad Max Fury Road, they know exactly what this is. 259 Cadillacs built into what they call in the movie the Jigger Horse. It's a behemoth monster of an apocalyptic car that the main villain drives. And they made it in real life for the movie. I think they made 2 total. And I made my own 1/87 scale version of it. So there's that. And then if we scroll down here, oh, you see there the back end for the 3D parts. These are 3D printed parts for the DeLorean, but we got another DeLorean in the Back to the Future house, which I already did another video on. So if you're curious about these, go watch that other video. But yeah, I've got another DeLorean there. And this is pretty much my movie, TV related stuff. I don't think I have any more famous TV related stuff. I do have another Blues Brothers car there. That's actually for sale. If anybody wants this one, let me know. You can either hit me up in the comments. Most people that watch this know my Facebook page, so you can hit me up there, but this is for sale, so if you want it. I guess I can show this. This isn't a famous movie car, but it's a 58 Chevy Impala that I plan on painting all white and turning it into the 58 Impala from American Graffiti. I just haven't done it yet. It's actually, I've had this for probably 5 years, 6 years, and I've been wanting to do it. I just haven't yet. Yeah, but this is a pre-movie car. Other than that, I think that's it. I think that's all my movie cars that I have currently. Oh, no, not yet. I do have one more. I have a conversion car. I guess you can call it a conversion car. Oh, you know what? Here, check this out. Harry Potter. The bus is probably N scale, but the car, which I have another car right here, I bought 2 of these, is actually 1/87 scale. Whatever this British car is from the movie Harry Potter. You can get these in the stores. Jada makes them, and you can get this thing. I think it was like $5.99 for this. So if you have an N scale layout, you can also use the bus. And if you have a HO scale layout, or you just collect HO scale 187 scale cars, this is a perfect scale. You can see that it fits with the rest of the cars. These are all 187 scale cars. It fits with the same size, so it's 187 scale. I don't really care what anybody says. It's good enough for me. But I have this thing. I took some this was from my very first Ghostbusters car. I took all the parts off of it and turned it into a regular Miller Meteor hearse instead of an ambulance. And I took all the stickers and all the extra stuff for the top and turned it into this. So kind of essentially what this is if the Ghostbusters literally had no money and they picked up a car from the junkyard but still had room in the back to like put stuff in, this is a version of what they might have did. It's a stupid version, but nonetheless, it's just a different version of what could have been if the Ghostbusters had like absolutely no money. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's all the movie cars I have in 187 scale that I have with me. I had other ones in the past that, like I told you, I've sold. But yeah, I'm looking. I don't see any other cars. But to go with the cars, I guess you can go with buildings and stuff. Psycho House, Bates Motel, American Graffiti, Mills Diner, Ghostbusters Firehouse, my movie backlot tour module. Yeah, you've seen that in another history of too. So, anyways, I just wanted to give you like a little history of my TV movie cars. I do love making them. I'm definitely going to make more, even different ones that you haven't seen yet. It's just time. I've got time. I just need need to put it in a lineup to figure out what's next, because any and everything I do is all kind of spare the moment. When I see it, that's like, oh, I gotta build that one right then. So the next time I see something that I really want to build, that's when I'll build it. But until then, I don't kind of have like an urge to build something that I don't want to build until I get that urge. So till then, these are what I've got. I hope you liked it. If you did, please comment, please like, please subscribe. I'll have more videos.